What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Hot Ones. Now, today we're joined by student filmmaker Max Vargas to talk about his horror short film, Still Watching. We'll be asking CCR questions while the wings get hotter. Max, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling confident right now, but I have a feeling this is going to escalate quickly, kind of like Still Watching.
I like that comparison. Let's get started. All right, Max, let's start simple. So who was the target audience for Still Watching?
Oof, first heat, let's get to it. The target audience for Still Watching is teenagers between the ages of 15 and 19. I chose this age group, because the characters in the film are teenagers themselves. They're playing video games, arguing about food, and just hanging out, which is very relatable, like to high school students. This audience enjoys horror and thriller films, especially ones that build suspense and feel realistic. They like jump scares, tension, and intense scenes that they can react to with friends. They mostly watch content on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Netflix, and Instagram. Since Still Watching is a short horror film, it fits perfectly with how teenagers already consume media online.
All right, the heat is building now. How does Still Watching engage the teenage audience?
Oof, let's get to that second heat. One major way Still Watching engages the audiences through suspense using handheld POV shots. The film opens with the killer's point of view, slowly entering the house. That immediately creates tension because the audience feels like they're inside the scene. Throughout the film, I continue using the killer's perspective, like when he watches Max leave through the driveway window or hides in the closet while Angel picks up the keys. This creates dramatic irony, meaning the audience knows something in the characters don't. That keeps viewers anxious and fully engaged because they're waiting for something bad to happen.
So the audience is basically stressed the whole time?
Exactly, and that's what horror fans enjoy, that uncomfortable tension.
Now it's getting serious. What else makes Still Watching engaging?
Man, I hope this ain't too hot. Another important technique is relatable realism. At the beginning of the film, Max and Angel are casually playing video games and talking about being hungry. Max tries to Uber food but can't find a ride home, so he leaves to pick it up himself. That's a normal teenage situation. Because the opening feels natural and everyday, the horror feels more shocking when it happens. The contrast between normal life and sudden danger increases emotional impact. I also use pacing and false scares. For example, when Angel hears a loud noise and the keys fall, there's a moment of relief. But then the tension rises again when we see the killer watching him from the closet. This constant buildup and release keeps the audience emotionally invested. Finally, the film ends with a cliffhanger when Max finds Angel and then the killer appears behind him. Ending Still Watching this way leaves the audience thinking about what happens next, which keeps the story in their minds even after it ends.
All right, Max, final win. Now, how will Still Watching be distributed as a real media text?
Man, this last one's gonna be hot, I already know. The most realistic platform for Still Watching would be YouTube. Short horror films are very popular there because they're easy to watch and share. This is hot. Since it's a student production, YouTube is free and accessible. I could submit Still Watching to student film festivals for recognition and feedback. For promotion, I will release short teaser clips on TikTok to build suspense before the film releases. I would also share trailers and behind-the-scenes content on Instagram because my target audience already uses these platforms daily. This distribution strategy is realistic and effective.
All right, Max Vargas, surviving the wings and breaking down Still Watching. Final thoughts.
Overall, Still Watching engages audiences through suspense, relatable teenage characters, strong camera techniques, and a cliffhanger ending. Its online distribution through YouTube and social media makes it realistic and achievable as a student media product.
There you have it, folks. Heat and horror. Thanks for watching.